Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 27 of the Triple Threat Challenge on Wola Zabierzowska. I am Farming Sim Niagara Fats, and this is the Triple Threat Challenge by Zorch Farming. So we are in November, and we are coming up to the small village shop. The carrots and the peas, preserved carrots and the canned peas, sell better up here. The spinach doesn't, but it's only 2 bags of spinach, so I'm just going to go ahead and sell it all. Nice. What do we got there? About 18 grand. Very nice. We're up to $84,000. I think we're going to hold on to as much cash as we can. Sorry for the spin again, folks. So we got that again. We're going to try to hold fast to as much cash as possible. I did a little off camera just before I came in. And I'm sorry, I should clarify. That's not off camera. A different map save of the same map. So my unofficial map of Wola Zabierzowska that I'm doing. And I'm trying to decide. Was trying to decide what I wanted to do. I think I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, there we go. We got the sun coming out. I think I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna do flax oil. Just because it's one of the newer crops. Canola takes forever to grow. You got to plant it basically in the fall and wait for it till the summer. So I'm going to go with flax. I'm going to kind of go all in on flax. We're going to buy a flax seed. The plan is to buy a flax oil production. It's a little slow, but it's that good, solid, steady income. So I've kind of mapped out what we're going to do. Originally, I was thinking we would take and combine 36 and 35 up at the top here and make it one field. But then I thought, well, I better not get that messed up with the potatoes that we need, because I was just going to make it a dual potato field. But I haven't done the potatoes in 36, so I'm going to make 35 potatoes as well. The only thing we're not going to have is the little strip in between. So this is field 36 right here, and then right beside it over here is 35. So these two will be potatoes, and then I believe this is, let's go to our map here. So then 34, which was potatoes, is going to be our spelt field. It's our good cash crop. And then we're going to do 38 as flax, we're going to do 44 as flax, and then we're going to come over here and do 142 as flax. Now I just want to keep things rotated, so then we'll probably come over here and do flax in a rotation and get potatoes in other places and some spelt, but we'll rotate that around the next year. Hopefully we'll have some more fields. Like I said, we still have 5 more fields to buy: 61, 98, 167, 186, and 189. I'm going to hold off buying those right now. I'm also going to hold off um, putting that mill in. Well, now wait a second. Now what was I thinking? Because we have, let's go to stock check. We have 14,000 liters of flax right now. So we could put that in there and get it going. So we could put that in. It's going to rip us down pretty good. But we are going to have sales coming up in January. We're going to have 14,000 there. We're going to have about 50,000 in potatoes. So I think we're going to be good. I think we might do that. Millet we can't sell. Remember, we need to keep that. So millet and corn are the only 2 things we need to sell. And then canola we can sell. The spelt, if I didn't already say that. And we'll get rid of these little bits that we have here too. Sunflowers, triticale. The rye, that's kind of worthless. We might not deal with that. 88 liters. We might just throw that in with the pigs eventually. Oats, I don't think we can give that to the pigs, so we'll probably just go ahead and sell that if we can. It might be an off-camera thing. Now, I was given a tidbit of information as well. I actually kind of want to look at it since we don't have a whole lot going on today. I'm going to look. I did not look off camera to see, but I was told by Gasoline Billy that you can do a straw production from flax straw. So I'm guessing he said it was a Wola Zabierzowska mod, which means it would be one of the ones we would have had to have loaded to get to the game. That is not it. That is not it. That is not it. Farm production. Those are small farm production mods. Those are not Wola Zabierzowska mods. Because they say Wola Zabierzowski. Small productions, preserve food, sawmill. That's a spinnery. Bakery, cement factory, mushroom dryer, logistics center. That's the lavender dryer. I was considering that. Lavender at its peak price is like $5,500 per 1,000 liters. And it's not terribly slow. I think it produces about one per day, one per month, which isn't the greatest. There's mustard. The spinnery. Okay, so there it is. Ah, so the spinnery. So that would have to spend another 36,000 on the straw making, and I don't really know what we would get out of that. So you can get rope or fabric. I don't know. I'm guessing you would make rope out of the straw. That would be my guess. So let's take a look at what that would do. Rope. Oh, rope is a good price. I'm guessing it's probably slow, but it's a really good price. So that is definitely on the list. Thank you, Gasoline Billy, for that tip. So, yeah, I just got that before I sat down to record, or a little while ago before I sat down to record, or I noticed it. So I think that might be what we're going to do. So for sure we can fit the flax production right here, and I think we're just going to go ahead and put it down, and then we're going to go ahead and get some flax in it and get it going so we can kind of focus. And then the other thing I like too, just to tell you where my head's at here, flax is in April and May for planting, right up there, if you can see it. I know you can't see my mouse, but flax is right there in the middle. It's the flower. It says flax. Can't miss it. And then potatoes, which we have the planter and everything, obviously, for the potatoes, is also in March and April. So flax is April and May, and potatoes. So potatoes would be March, and flax would be April. We plant it all. And then our spelt, you can do spelt either time, but we're going to do the spring spelt. So we'll probably do, I don't know. We'll get spelt in whenever we can get the spelt in. I'm not worried about it. We'll get the spelt in. Now, let's go back up here to the used equipment. The planter dropped off, which that's the whole, that held me back from doing the lavender. The lavender, oh, there's another vehicle that dropped off too. That's too bad. I was going to show you that, but it's not on there anymore. It already dropped off. So I guess it doesn't matter. It was a truck. It was about 11,000. It's 27% off, I think. And I was kind of considering buying it just to make things a little quicker for the sales, but I mean, we got a 26-mile-an-hour tractor now, so I'm not too worried about that. And it dropped off, so it didn't matter. But the planter dropped off. It wasn't a direct drill planter, so we would have had to cultivate, so we would have to buy a cultivator, and it would have been pretty expensive. And then buy the lavender dryer. We would have had to wait for lavender because we don't have any, so we would have had to, I don't know. I wanted to go lavender because I think lavender looks cool when it's planted. I think it's cool on the map, but it doesn't make financial sense right now in this situation. So maybe they'll get to the lavenders at some other point in some other challenge or some other playthrough. But right now, as this one stands, it doesn't look like we're going to get to that. And maybe we will still in this challenge. It's not completely over. Another purchase that I made off camera after the last episode was you can see it over there, another power washer. It's just the $500 power washer that you can buy. It's a mod that I have installed. I really like it because it seems to me like a power washer would be about $500, not $4,000. I mean, I know you can buy big heavy duty ones like they got in here, but for a guy that has a limited income, we kind of got to go with what we can get. So that's why we have it. We were getting pretty dirty on our equipment. Matter of fact, this baler's pretty dirty, as a matter of fact. So yeah, we don't have a whole lot to do. Mostly just contracts today. Pick up this straw, and I guess I kind of did the whole squirrel thing there too. I probably should focus on whether I want to get the flax production going now. We probably should. I probably should leave the straw, this baler down here, and go do that and get the flax going, the flax seeds. I don't know, they just call it flax. I'm assuming it's flax seeds, right? Seeds from the flower. I guess we'll do this outer edge here, and then we'll run up and we'll put the flax production in. And then we got to do contracts. We do a lot of contracts on the videos here, so I'm not 100% worried about doing contracts with you guys. I can always do them offline and get them done. And again, it's going to be probably the same old things right now. I saw got a little preview before you guys came in here, and we have the plowing, the cultivating, the baling, the mowing. It's just necessary. We have to do it, in my opinion. It's got to be done. This baler works so much better with this tractor too, by the way. There was a modded John Deere 7810 that was in the market. It wasn't, I had no intentions of getting it, just to let you know what was in the market. This would be an intriguing piece right here, this Farmall series. I'm not really sure what it would be like. This would be an intriguing piece if we were able to sell the baler for enough, but I doubt it. And I already looked at this harvester, that Rostel Mash. I like that one, the Nova. That was kind of one of the base game. That was like the cheapy one that you could get in 22, but somebody modded it and put it in here. Average Enjoyer. But that's quite pricey, and our harvester's only worth about $6,000 as it sits. With a repair and repaint, I wouldn't even become even close to cost beneficial. So we're going to be sticking with our harvester for now, but we have the ultimate harvester and our potato harvester, our vegetable harvester. So I'm extremely happy we found that mod and we decided to go with it, because honestly I was going to be doing potatoes the hard way. All right, let's do this. I'm kind of procrastinating just because I'm cheap. Honestly, that's really what it comes down to. I don't like to spend money because I have 3 daughters that constantly spend money and a wife who constantly spends money. I know they don't want to hear that if they're actually watching. Sorry, ladies, I love you so much, but yeah, I'm just always so hesitant to buy things, if you can tell in here. I don't even like to go buy myself underpants. Just don't like to get enough money spent otherwise. All right, this has got to be the one, the Wola Zabierzowska mod. I want to double check and just make sure I'm not missing it, because I have noticed in the island preservation that I have 2 different cement factories down, and I think one is really super slow, and I'm probably gonna have to change that one out because it's gonna be almost impossible to get any products out of it. Let me just check. Make sure there's not another oil mod here. Oil mill mod. No, these are all just okay. These are the ones I want. These are the ones that produce well for the canola. But Gasoline Billy was right. You know, flax has a little less growing time, and then you have the flax straw too that I can add into that, making that rope, which is definitely on the. That's definitely on the list. Wasn't on my list, but it is now that I know I can do it, and now that I see where it's at. So that's the grain mill. Where did we go? These things confuse me. There's so many of them. Is it this one? Okay, it's this one right here. It's the one I already had. And we're going to go put all of the flax into it. Boom, 36 grand down the drain. So I'm going to have to go change our trailer back over. I washed the trailer. I'd previously washed the tractor, the combine, and the header. So I got everything all kind of cleaned up. So if anybody was disappointed about how dirty my equipment was, I did take care of that. I am going to have to go buy a slurry tank when it comes time to planting. I'm not going to put fertilizer down. I'm going to put slurry down. Hopefully we have enough slurry. If not, we'll have to compensate with some solid fertilizer or liquid fertilizer. I think we're going to do probably solid. Unfortunately, I can't find any potato processing that runs at any kind of reasonable rate, so we won't be doing that. And honestly, so I don't know if I spoke about this the last episode, but basically, when you produce the potatoes, you got to put oil in it, some sort of oil. And in that case, I used canola oil. I don't think you can do flax. I think you can do canola, sunflower, possibly olive, maybe one other kind. But basically, the oil was worth more than what you get produced out of the potato. Oh, I'm not paying attention where I'm going. I was going right around back to where we just came from. Sorry about that. So yeah, you make more in the oil than you do in the potatoes or the potato chips that come out, and then you had to buy 2 productions. So to me, it didn't even make any sense. It was a no-brainer not to do it. I mean, we have to do it when we do the actual. This ought to be fun. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this to turn or not. Nope. I'm going to have to do this a different way. I like this trailer, like I said, but it gives me the fits backing it up. And I just don't have the skill to get it to back up. Now, in real life, I probably could back it a lot easier than what I can on this, but I just cannot get this thing to back up in here. It just wants to wiggle. And I probably, because I'm too much input on like my reversing and forwarding. This is cue the clown music here, guys. Sorry, my apologies. I think it's DJ Goham or Clutch or one of those guys. Best backwards driver in Farm Simulator. One of those two says that. I don't know. I've seen it a few times in their videos. I'm definitely not that guy. Oh, see, look. Alright, let's... Oh, says I need to be straight. And I thought I was straight. Nope, I wasn't. Doggone it. This is starting to get a little frustrating. We may have to jump cut this. I think I gotta go to the big spot right there. Come on. Yeah, there we go. We got it. Woohoo! What in the whole... Oh no, it doesn't take very much flax. I didn't know that. I didn't pay attention to that when I was testing it. Oh, how much does it take? It takes 9,600 liters. All right, well, we know how much it takes, so let's go get it. I wonder if this is the one that Zorch is planning on using. Yeah, because I know he said he was going to do poppy oil. He's in for a surprise when he goes to do that. Mr. Zorch, you might want to watch my video. Somebody might want to let him know. You can do lavender oil, long grain rice oil. Or it could just mix rice oil. Yeah, it does all the oils. Okay, let me go get the flax going here. Okay, well, So now we know. Maybe we don't want to go so much on flax. Maybe we just want to do a reasonable amount of flax. That'll have to be in the consideration of what we do. I mean, we got basically enough to fill it, almost fill it twice. So already, just with the couple of small fields that we've done. Good to know. Good to know. Well, it's still going to help. It's still going to be a good solid income. I mean, it's going to produce 1 or 2 pallets a month, and it's just going to give us more income. It's going to take a little while to pay back the 36 grand that we put down, but it will eventually pay itself off and make us profit. So kind of like the preserved food factory. It's going to take a little while, especially in hard economy. I mean, your prices are going to be a lot lower for those types of things. So that's just the nature of the beast. That's why I don't think it would be bad to get this $100,000 loan again, but then we would be so far in debt. It would just be so ugly. As we probably were pretty close before. I mean, we're going to get some contracts this month. I'm just going to have to go for the big dog contracts from now on just because of how much we spent here. The baling I could probably do, and the 2 cultivating contracts. Oh, there is some harvesting contracts. Sunflowers, we could do that. That's right. Oh, that's right by our house here. Yeah, we might do that one. A couple mowing contracts, a plowing contract. I'll probably pick those with you guys. I don't want to do the stone contracts just because I got to go do it and then take the stones, and it's a pain. It's a whole thing. They are big. They are good contracts, so I might just have to bite the bullet. That could be well, I was going to say a bad word. Begins with a D, ends with a oosh. But I could be that kind of person and do this and just keep doing that contract, but I'm not going to do that just because I know we can auto load, and it's just cheating at this point. I mean, we've already gone through, we're on our 27th episode, and we've only done that one time just because I wanted payback from the other one. But anyway, let's go get the straw done. You guys know the drill. We're going to get it done, and I will see you at the end of baling our straw here. right, welcome back in from taking care of the straw. Let's go see what we're gonna do for contracts, and then see how we're gonna end this episode. Are we gonna go to the next month? Going to the next month, which is December, allows us to sell and then do more contracts. Doing the contracts off camera is probably what I'm going to do, but let's take a look at what we got here and what we're going to. Wow, there's a lot of stone pick. Oh my gosh, look at that stone picking contract. That's tempting. We could do 3 stone picking contracts all with the same equipment and make a good amount of money. Plowing is pretty good. I could do a few plowing contracts. Mowing is mediocre. And then we get this sunflower contract, which is right by our property. And what else do we have? We have a couple cultivatings, a baling. Nothing that we can do. It's a round baler, so we'd have to rent that equipment. I think I'm going to go ahead and accept this harvesting contract. We'll use our own equipment for that. And then I think we're going to go with, as much as I hate to do it, what do we got for plowing? They're both the same. So I can take one and do the other. 170 and 135, which are pretty much not anywhere near each other. And then the stone picking is 25 and 164. 25 and 164. Oh, what do we want to do? I'm not going to do a cultivating. I'm not going to do spraying. I'm trying to get the most money as possible. I'm just going to do the 2 plowing contracts. I could do cultivating too. They're all about the same. Where's the... Oh, did the plowing go away? Oh no, the plowing's still there. Oh, I think the big plowing contract went away though, didn't it? No, that's it right there. Okay. I'm going to borrow these items. And then I'm going to accept this one. And I will see you back in here when I am all complete with those. All right, back after all of that, and we got our contracts completed. We're up to $70,000. I should have showed you a picture of each of the contracts completed. And I think we're going to end this episode with potatoes, and we're going to run the potatoes because they are showing that they are at their highest price right now. And I think they've dropped $1. I think they were maybe they were $2.57. Either way, they're dropping right now, but the peak price is $2.51 in December, but we're at above peak price at the root crop selling point at the farmers market. So where is that? That is way down here. So we have a lot of potatoes to sell, but we're going to go ahead and do it. So it's 28,000 liters per cart. We got to get our route here. Let's get some lights on. This map gets really, really dark really early. I had to cut the time. I had it at 5 times speed. I had to cut it back to 1 times speed here. I did, while we were off camera, decide that I might as well go ahead and throw as much canola as we can get in there. So I put the canola in, and I put the remaining sunflowers that we got from the contract, and then what we had in the silo, which was roughly 3,000 liters, I think. 3,500 liters. I'm not sure. We can look at it real quick. Let's see here. Production, sunflowers 4,100. Max on canola, max on flax. Definitely does not like this hill here. And I thought I heard a car. I wish we could just switch from automatic to manual whenever we wanted to. I don't want to sit there and try to shift gears all the time, but it definitely does not like the manual. It wants to shift as soon as I get it down into gear. Every time I keep shifting, I keep pushing the button. Alright, well, it's going now. So this is the farmer's market down here? I thought this was the large farm. I'm not really sure what this is down here, to be honest with you. I thought this, like I said, I thought this was the large farm. It's saying it's the farmer's market? I'm not sure. I mean, we're heading to it. How, let's see here. Let me try, oh my gosh. I gotta back it in. Come on. This is gonna be a ginormous pain in the buttocks. I can't back it in because I don't know how to back this in very well. It's gonna take all day. I know very short movements. Nope, nope. So I already went wrong. I'm guessing you could probably back this in a little easier because you're not using a controller. Yeah, see, once you get it going, it just fights you. I mean, you're using a controller, so you're not giving it, like, very fine movements. You're giving it very jerky movements. I get it, but that's the whole... Oh, there we go. We can dump it right there like that. I am going to... Let's see how much we get per load here. I'm going to calculate a couple things out real quick. I'll be right back with you because I'm going to see if this is the right place. So it says we got 73.28. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay. Seems like this is the right place. I kind of calculated out what it should be per 1,000 liters. And it gave us 73.28. So is that because of our environmental score, or is that I don't know. It's close to what it should be, 258 per 1,000 liters. Well, according to this, we have about 8 loads of potatoes to do, so I'm not going to bore you with the 8 loads of potatoes. I am going to wrap it up in a time lapse, and we'll come back and we will end the episode together. It's been kind of a spotty episode. I wasn't really sure how I was going to go. Talk to you just for a few more minutes here. I wanted to get the oil mill down for sure, and I got that down. I kind of really wanted to do lavender, I'm not going to lie. Still a little disappointed. It's just going to be it's just not cost effective, so I can't do it. I don't want to just do it just to do it. Just to say we're going to do it. I'm happy with the flax. The flax will be good. That'll give me the opportunity to do lavender another time, another series. Get on one of these maps that has these other crops, all these other different crops and stuff. Whatever series we go with. So you know, that's something to look forward to then. It's only going to give me one pallet of lavender per month anyhow, so it's 5,500. We might be able to get 2 of the different oils, plus I got all the other oils going in there, so it's a no-brainer. Would have to buy the planter, would have to buy a cultivator on top of the processing. Now we have the opportunity to do some flax straw, Got all that flax straw left in there, plus all the flax that we're going to get from all the different flax fields that we're going to do. And now we get to do this little jog in here. But I'm going to throw this into a time lapse, and I will see you when we are done selling all of these potatoes. I'm going to also make sure that we're not selling out of the other cellar, because it seems that everything is combining. But I'm going to check that, but I will see you back here in just a few minutes. Let's come back in here and discuss what happened there. I sold, I think, 5 trailer loads of potatoes. The problem is that everything is combining. And I think it might be this silo, because I think Zorch was having the same problem in his videos. It kind of combines everything. It's not showing that we have any potatoes over here, so I don't know why that would do that. Maybe it's these cellars, something to do with that greenhouse. I don't know. We have 70,995 potatoes left. Which, no, that isn't right. We have 61,507 potatoes left. And it's showing that we have 9,487 carrots. So I'm curious as what the preserved food factory says. I didn't want to sell too many, so I did it at that level, and then we have plenty to take over. We have our full amount. Yeah, it's still showing we have 129,000 liters of carrots. Is this thing just going to keep running on carrots? I don't know. I mean, we're not getting that much for the preserved food carrots. I think they sell for a max price of, let's see, preserved food. They sell for $583 per pallet. I mean, we're getting a little bit. I just don't know what else to do. I'll probably have to turn it off in a little while. I just don't understand where all those carrots are coming from. I know we used to have carrots in here, but we don't anymore. We just have, yeah, see, it's showing we have carrots in here. We should just be making peas. We stopped making lettuce. It's showing that we have potatoes in there too. So it's definitely something conflicting with these two. But either way, we have 61,000 potatoes left, so we didn't oversell. We have our at least 42,000, so we're good to go. I'll keep a running total on my own, so I know how much to put into the thing. And if we're off by a couple liters, it's not going to make or break the challenge. But it is going to be very, very close, if not right spot on. So that's my intention. So anyway, I was thinking we were going to be about 50,000. I think we started at 70 after the contract, so it's pretty close to 120,000. So it's just off by a couple $1,000s. We got all the environmental scores that I didn't add in there too. So we'd be well over that if we went and grabbed another 20,000 liters, but we're not going to. That way we don't worry about going over. Got all the contracts done this episode. We're ready to move into December. In that episode, we're going to sell all the rest of the grains that we don't have any intention on keeping. like I said, we're going to keep the, it says we have straw. So we have 17,000 liters of straw. But we also have all the flax straw, and we're going to get that when we do the flax too. So we'll put in that other production. Yeah, it still says we have 16,000 liter or $16,000 worth of potatoes, but again, we're not going to sell that. We got a lot of spelt to sell. We've got no millet to sell. No, we're not going to sell the millet. And just other little things, and then all of our products and hopefully some oils by the time we get to the next month. We'll probably run December and January together. We'll get everything sold. I'll probably work on the contracts. And then we'll spin for our loan and see what we get on our loan. But I hope you did enjoy the episode. If you did, please drop a like down below, please. I would appreciate it. And if you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Both of those things help me out. Let me know that you guys are enjoying what I'm doing here. If you have any comments, throw some comments down there. I will get back to you as soon as possible on those. And without any further ado, folks, again, I hope you did enjoy the episode. And we will see you in the next one.